I think you told me that, one of the things you learnt early on is that everybody has an ego.
Yes.
And if you can stroke that ego, then you'll win them over.
Yes, I mean it's not a bad thing to have an ego. It's just something that we all have.
Of course.
Some big, some medium, some little. But if you can stroke that, if you can actually make them feel that little bit special, they're yours forever. I mean, it's funny that my son worked at the observatory, then stayed on with Langham, and I was astounded. He used to come home and say, "Oh, we had Mr. So-and-so. He was asking after you, the other day." And this is years after I've left.
Yep.
And they sort of almost goes, "Well, where is he? Where's the general manager?" Come out, and it was lovely. My ego, the power of good, hearing these sort of little stories, but it is something that people, guests, long for it. I mean, last week there was HM magazine had done a survey about will people return to restaurants.
Yes.
And in this survey, one of the responses was, yes, if I'm recognised as return guests. And 86% said they would go if they were recognised. I mean, it speaks for itself. This is the survey.
And that's where technology can help staff recognise the guest.
Yes.
So it has its place.
Yes.
It has its place.
I mean, what upsets me often is that, moving around, I've had to buy things and all the rest of it, and the number of these little questions saying, your opinion counts. Please tell us how we performed or how we rated. And some of them are excellent, I'll say excellent, and others have been absolutely bloody appalling, and I thought, this is a joke, I mean, they don't practice what they preach at all. And I've written back. I can truthfully say, from some of the complimentary responses I've given, I've had the odd letter back or odd response. From the complaints, I've never had one.
Isn't that interesting?
And I thought, why are they gathering all this? It just goes to prove that my opinion really doesn't matter. They really don't give a damn about my opinion. And you'd think with all the technology, it'd almost be possible to sort of what we used to call the mouse letter. They could almost put it together, a letter that sounds personal and saying something back.
Of course.
But it just stops. And again, as we were talking about earlier, I think it comes down to, right, they've got all this information, it goes before the accountant or whoever, and he said, tick, 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 box, we're achieving that, achieving that. And that's all it's there for.
As long as we don't go over a certain threshold of complaints, our Net Promoter Score is fine.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's it.
Yeah.